We've had a million nights just like this.
Can you hear my music? I tried to cue it so it was like so perfect. He like get us pumped to be like, let's get down to business.
Perfect segue. Perfect.
Guys, ladies, it's been a hot minute. All of our QSC people, thank you guys for joining us. Welcome to another episode of the QSC's Play Out Loud DJ discussion. I've got my ladies here with me. I am Kristin Wilson. We've got DJ Valentina on deck, DJ Jess, and DJ B Selecta. Hello, ladies. How are you today?
What's up?
Tell me what's new, what's good, what's going on in kind of your world. Jess, why don't you kick us off? What's new with you? How you been?
What's new with me? I'm good, girl. I've just been busy creating all of the balance between being a mom, wife, friend, daughter, spiritual person, DJ, entrepreneur. So events are slowly kind of simmering down a little bit, which is nice. I like that. But I have 2 weddings in December, 2 weddings in January, then a little break. But I have been mainly just investing my time into business coaches. And that is incredible. That's my shit.
Yes, girl.
Yeah. Right.
I love it. B, what's new with you?
What's new with me? I think I found my lane, girls. I think I found my thing, man.
Tell us.
I have been looking at events. So about the last 4 years, I've been inspired to do an event. First I reached out to events I started seeing people do yoga on rooftops with DJs, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to be that DJ. But I'm gonna build it myself. So I have an event. It's coming. It's called Rise, and it's coming February 2022.
What?
You go, girl.
And I'm gonna bring it. You're muted, Kristin. I'm gonna bring it to Florida. I'm gonna bring it to Pittsburgh. I'm gonna bring it to Rhode Island.
Let's go.
Yes.
Hold on. I am feeling this on a whole nother level. Can you tell me why you named it Rise?
Yeah.
Because there's so many ways you can apply that word to life. Rising up, rising your vibration, rising in your frequency, rising for yourself. I mean, fill in the blanks, but it's about a collective movement of people who are ready to rise together as a collective. We're doing yoga. We're doing breath work. We're doing cacao. Nobody steal this idea. It's trademark. No, it isn't. So please don't. But yeah, it is. I was honestly, I cried in my car a little bit yesterday because when I was 22 years old, I was sitting at the paralegal office, right, working on contracts. And someone was like, well, what do you want to do? This was after I realized I couldn't do A&R anymore because I can't do the industry And so I was like, I don't know. All I know is that I love music and I love helping people. And I have no idea how those two things are going to come together, but that's all I know. I don't have the answers because I was a creative and creatives don't know. Right? Am I wrong about that? No.
The struggle is real, girl.
Real, because no one has painted a path for creatives, which I'm hoping will change as well. But so last night when I was in my car and I was thinking about all the things that are happening. It's happening so fast. Everything is just falling into place. It just happened. When I tell you timing, like just let it come. Like put your dreams out there and then let it come. This thing happened so fast and it's all coming into place and I get to use music. I'm bringing hip hop to the wellness community.
Yes.
We're going to ride, man.
Girl, we'll be looking for all the things you're sharing about it on your Instagram. And
Thank you.
When is the first one?
February 12th, 2022.
So this is right around the corner.
Where's it at? Because there's planes. I can get somewhere.
Girl, it's going to be in Upland, California. Come to Cali.
Don't tell me with a good time.
Come to Cali, February 2022.
Oh my God. I am so hype right now. You have no idea. I'm like bouncing out of my chair.
Please, that's the event I want. That's what I want you to feel. I want you to want to come. And I promise you, this is gonna be a thing.
I am so proud of you. Look at you guys. Valentina. Okay. How's it going?
Hey.
What you got? I know you're slammed.
It's going, girl.
Talk to us.
Not much. I'm just recharging. Honestly, nothing really much is going on in my world. Just recharging from a whirlwind of events and DJC. And that's really it. Just really boring over here.
Recharging is important. You have to recharge. You know?
Yeah.
Well, you know, honestly, like really quickly, Jess knows all too well because this is something that not many people know. But during the DJ Collective, Jess actually came to my rescue because I just really needed a recharge. And Jess is an empath. She's great with feeling energy and just being in your presence and touching you and you feeling better. So I called Jess and Aaron to come to my aid during the DJC because, again, the recharge needed to happen. And I love you, Jess, and I appreciate you so much for coming through for me.
Thank you. No, that was incredible. Yeah. I mean, I was happy that you reached out to me, you know? And so what I did was I kind of just did a little bit of just energy work by putting my hands onto her and Reiki, you know, kind of just like connecting that universal energy. And also a little bit of massage, just kind of feeling where her body needed to heal the most. So that's, I don't know. I just like, I've actually never done that before, to be honest.
Yeah. Honestly, just having, you know, when you don't feel well, just having someone else who is sensitive to you, touch you. I feel like, you know, that's how babies kind of deal with, you know, certain things they go through. And just really that alone is just, I felt like a baby, like a child that needed, you know, someone to coddle me or touch me. And I knew that you could be that sensitive to just, again, give me that little bit of a touch. And that was enough to get me to kind of like, you know, perk up a little bit.
Yeah. That's incredible. Anybody watching in the chat, if you're suffering from DJ burnout or business burnout, let us know. Valentina just speaking about recharging and how important it is to do, especially as creatives when we give ourselves to others. So if you're feeling that, Mohammed, what's up? Let us know. Let us know how you're doing, how you're recharging.
Ibrahim, I met Ibrahim like a week ago. So when I saw your name, Mohammed, I was like, that's dope. 2 Ibrahims. Anyway, what about you, Kristin?
Oh my gosh, life is absolutely wild. My personal life is wild, but you know, I'm on a path that I know I need to be on. And at times it's exciting and sometimes it's like not exciting. I feel like professionally there are so many like amazing things going on. Like episode 10 of my Love Lead XL podcast launched today, which is technically the end of the season. And so I'm kind of like in my feels today as I listen to it. Cause I'm like, I still, you know, I normally have like structure and like, you know, this business plan and like all these things, but I don't have that with this project. It's just like, I literally am falling in love with it. And I'm like, I know I got to keep going because one of the things that I've learned kind of through this is that I really enjoy chatting with people. And I think one of my gifts is being able to see the best in people. And so when I see that in them, I can bring that out in the podcast. And then also like, I am loving that, like when I'm at DJ Collective or when I'm out and about, I can have more purposeful conversations because my intent is to get to know the person so that I can somehow elevate their voice through the podcast. So like, I'm so excited about that. And yeah, I mean, I've got a couple things in the works as far as business goes. So that's like making me excited. And, you know, there's a couple of events that are even brewing, like big events where I get to travel for. So I don't know, all things good, all things good.
Can we talk about the collective since all of you are fresh from the collective and I was the one who never got to go. And I was just watching my Instagram dying inside every day because I saw all my people doing all the things. How was the, how was the collective and what was one of your like biggest takeaways from the collective?
Ooh, okay.
Great question.
Yeah. Who wants to start? Whew.
Kristin, go.
I'll jump on. I'll jump in on this one first because I think, you know, for me and like the season of life and the season of business I'm in. First of all, let me rewind. one of the promises that I made myself when the pandemic hit was that I was going to focus on relationships, because at the end of the day, if nothing else were to exist on this earth, all we have left is our relationships. And so,
amen, girl.
if you kind of fast forward, I kind of went into the collective with that same mindset of like, obviously, being around people who share my same passion and who are creative and who are even on another talent level than I knew I was going to get inspired from a performance perspective. And even from like an on stage, like one of the things that one of the main stage speakers said, I think his name was Jesse, is he said, how you do anything in life is how you do everything in life. And so I thought about that as I was like putting together my laundry room. And I'm like, I'm gonna have a TikTok laundry room. I'm gonna get like drink dispensers, and I'm gonna have my detergent in these containers. I'm gonna get, fancy like measuring cups. And then Alex Nepa saw my laundry room and he was like, ew, OCD much? Like he was like, if I walked in your house, I would be terrified. Why? Because my laundry room is cute and organized and efficient. Who doesn't want that in their life? Anyways, I'm going off on a rant here, but I think for me, DJ Collective it's an experience where, you get to step outside your normal hustle and bustle of every day. They create an experience around just showing up at a conference. They bring in talent, performers, and visionaries that you don't get to see anywhere else. And so it's almost like your mind is open just because of that. And then just the type of humans that it attracts
yes, yep,
is on another level. Like literally, Valentina, well, I mean, I've obviously seen you and I have been in person, Jess, but like Valentina and I see each other across the screen how many times for the last year? And like Valentina, you walked in there and I almost felt like I literally grabbed you and I was like crying.
Aww.
Well, it's a familiarity with one another. Like we felt like we knew each other, but in person, it's a whole different vibe.
Yes.
So what was the takeaway though?
Oh yeah, good question.
Okay, here's my takeaway. If I try to recap all of that, I feel like my biggest takeaway is energy is everything.
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 Oh, God, yes.
Everything.
So true.
And you can't get energy virtually. It has to be in person with other humans. And it's energy and relationships that level you up. That is all.
And that's why I had such a hard time with like the whole online, playing throughout the entire pandemic, because I need to feel. I need to feel the energy, and you don't get that unless it's in person.
Yep, girl. I will never go back to virtual. I'm sorry, B, I know you're still doing it, but it stressed me out so much because my brain was confused on how to read signals through a screen. So, sorry.
We got some friends up in here. Kristin, hello. Justin Reed is here. Dawson, hi. He says biggest takeaway is Valentina making Fat Man.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to hear about that story. But were you in the room when him and I got in an argument when I was?
I'm literally going to bring that up next before you. You guys almost got into.
No, you do not.
A beef on stage.
I do.
Okay, the other thing, and I think we have a photo of this, where the whole theme of DJ Collective this year, because we have all like been burned to the ashes, was like the Phoenix. So like that was the theme this year, and the whole story of this bird who dies and gets into the ashes, and then out of the ashes it like rises up. And so like here's a photo of me on stage, and then I'll give it to Valentina to tell that story. But like I loved. And Brandy, this is why I asked you, why did you name your things Rise? Because
after.
Yes. So like it was all about like the Phoenix and rising from the ashes. And like it was just, I don't know, I felt that and I connected with that. So yeah, this is me on stage doing my little talk, probably right before I got
killed it, by the way. Killed it.
Yep.
Yeah, girl, it's crazy because I came up with Rise on November 11th. 11/11, and there's a whole backstory to that. But I was doing breath work, and it just all happened, all of it. And then I saw that was the theme of the collective, and I was like, "Wow, that's so crazy! The synchronicity is perfect."
Okay, so hold on. Tell me the story of Fat Man Scoop from y'all's point of view.
You mean while you were on stage?
Yes.
He wants to marry you.
I thought that was really cool. Honestly, I thought like it was a highlight in many of our minds. I just thought that was a really cool moment, organic, and it's just like, between the two of you went back and forth, but it was just like totally chill. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, so for those of you just tuning in, talking about the DJC, and they like to surprise you with pretty epic things that go down. And Fat Man Scoop showed up for the dance party the night before, and then the next day, it wasn't just like, oh, here's Fat Man Scoop, I'm a fan. He's performing. He was right there with us. People circled around, and then the next day at the seminars, he sat in and he learned. And he was a normal ass person, right? Like I'm a person to put people on a pedestal. But it was just like Fat Man Scoop was genuinely interested in the content, especially when Kristin was presenting, where they kind of battled back and forth about Android voice versus iPhone. And that's what I have to say.
That's awesome. You fought with Fat Man Scoop at a DJ Collective. That's awesome.
I did, because I was talking about like there's no we can't be there. I'm not accepting excuses anymore. Like literally, I was almost beside myself when I got on stage, and I literally am looking at like the most talented, the most brilliant minded, creative DJs in the entire United States. So like your Instagram can't suck. So get a better phone. So like no more excuses.
Oh, that's right. So that was the argument.
Yes.
Yeah. It was
the argument was whether I think you said iPhone, right?
I said iPhone versus Android. Bye.
Right. So he came back, but he had both, so it was like, okay, it's all good because I have both.
Yeah.
Somebody named Riley James McKelvey is saying that the iPhone is superior. So just want to recognize him and thank you. But this is not endorsed by Apple.
Just want to recognize Jeff Scott Gould in the building.
Jess.
Hi, Jeff.
DJ Jeep from Chicago. DJ Jeep from Chicago in the building.
What up? What up?
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
How you, love? What was your biggest takeaway from DJ Collective?
Did you ask me? I didn't hear the first part.
Valentina.
That's what I thought. My bad, girl.
Oh, my biggest takeaway. I think you better start with. I mean, so I actually went to one, and the first day that I did, it was all day. So my biggest takeaway. Honestly, I have to say my biggest takeaway was recharge, you guys. It wasn't so much from the speakers, but it was more so that, again, I was where I was, and my body needed what it needed, and it was rest, and it was recharge. So my biggest takeaway was that just recharge, because when you go to an event like that, there's so much coming at you, and it's wonderful. It's freaking amazing, and it's an opportunity of a lifetime to be, like Kristin said, in the same space with like-minded individuals who are rocking it and doing their thing. But it's just a lot coming at you at once, and it's just overstimulation. So rest up, know when to take a break if you need to in between sessions and speakers, and that's it. I guess enjoy the hell out of yourself after that.
What about you?
Jess, you flew in early to the DJ Collective.
This is such a good segue. You have no idea. So anybody watching right now, has anyone been to Sedona, Arizona? If you have, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you might think this is crazy woo-woo type stuff, but we all know I'm into spirituality, right? So Sedona supposedly has energy vortexes, right? Which all life is energy. You know, you can feel someone looking at you. You kind of catch them like in line for the grocery store or maybe at a red light. That's just the basis of energy. So I went there to clear my head. And I did a 4-hour hike on a beautiful mesa, and I got Reiki work done and sound healing, which is insane, and some cards pulled. And I was just very much into healing my spirit and, you know, being, stopping the negative thoughts that sometimes happen, especially to creatives, I would say. But really, to be honest, it backfired. Just to put it all out there, man. So I thought I was doing the right thing before coming into this incredible space of, you know, the talented entrepreneurs and DJs. Like Valentina was saying, it's a lot coming at you. But I opened myself up for healing and just took in everything. Now, I don't know if anybody watching can kind of relate to that, us being performers, picking up on energy, knowing how to read the crowd. I think
of course, that's part of it.
Right. So I think that everyone, here can relate, but I didn't think about the fact that, yes, this is good for my soul, but also I'm going from a deep healing adventure in Sedona to a massive event full of similar and unique personalities and energies. And so I also had to step away at certain times to recharge and just try to find the messages that were meant to find me. So one of my biggest takeaways was creating my valves for my life. And by valves, I mean what's most important to you. This is good to do for your business. And then whenever you say yes or no to any opportunities that come or any creative ideas you have, you consider these valves and how they will be affected by that. It was Graham. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember his cool last name? Cowgill, right?
Yes, Cowgill.
Yeah, I think Graham spoke about that.
And I think even Andrea might have touched on that too.
Yes,
Andrea Ippolito, did she? Thank you. So one of my words is balance. I realized that a valve for me is balance. That's why I talked about it, Kristin, when you were asking what's new. So that's what I took away. Go to Sedona. Just do it. It's magical, man. It's such a beautiful place. So if you haven't been, you got to check it out.
I didn't go to Sedona, but I climbed a mountain. And
I saw, and I was jealous.
My
Next time you have to bring me along.
Here was my thought process. My thought process was, oh, this is cute. Like there's like this little trail that goes on a tiny little incline in circles around a mountain. And when you get to the top, like it's cute. No, guys, I literally climbed with my feet and my hands up rocks. First of all, I forgot how terrified I was of heights. I don't want to even go into that childhood trauma. So like halfway through, like I was literally fighting back tears because I was with a group and I didn't want to be embarrassed. Like I was the last one at the bottom and I'm like, it's fine. Just keep going. And I'm like, Kristin, get it together. Don't look forward. Don't look back. Just look at the next rock and go. But I got to the top and I climbed my first mountain and that is me on top of the mountain. And I'm so proud of myself.
Kristin, you think about everything you just said and like how that aligns with what we do as work and like your message. Don't look at the top, don't look at the bottom, just look at the next rock and you got there. Like that's pretty metaphorically dope.
I know. Yeah, that is definitely on order on a mixed tile and I'm adding it to my wall.
Yeah. What was the name of this mountain? Was it Camelback?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what, Kristin, I can relate. When I did that 4-hour hike at Airport Mesa, which I highly suggest in Sedona, it was like steep and narrow and drop-offs, and I'm also scared of heights. So I had to sit down for a minute because I was by myself, right? And I'm like, is this even the way that I'm supposed to go?
I don't know. I'm like, it's only rocks. It's not a trail. What was I thinking? I was like, oh, dude, I'm going to climb a mountain and get a few Instagram shots.
You did that hike by yourself, Jess?
Yeah, I was in Sedona by myself. So I went for sunrise and figured out where I should go and the type of energies there were because there's masculine and feminine energies.
Yeah, I know.
So I was by myself listening to Radiohead and solfeggio healing frequencies the whole time.
I don't know if I could have done that by myself.
I think that's mad. Sometimes alone, like anything I've done alone that was scary was transformative.
Yeah, right.
In a good way or in a bad way?
Great way. Because you fear that, right? I don't know if I could do that by myself. I went to London and I toured. I'd never been there before. And I went on 4 different trains to go to Westminster Abbey. I spent the whole day alone. And I was like, I've never even gone to a movie by myself. It was so amazing to realize that I can be by myself. And it was such an incredible experience because I loved myself. I was a great travel partner. Like we did everything I wanted. So it was, it was amazing to not even have to think about other people. It was like, what do I want? It's empowering.
It is empowering. I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah. It's empowering. And it's like literally what you just said, having to travel with anyone else is you can't get everything in that you want to, but girl, good for you.
Yeah, Jess, that's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. I got to say what's up to Bill Jacob in the house. What's up, DJ
Hey, Bill.
What's up, Jacob?
So
Bill
something
Jacob.
was awesome, and I have every reason to cry tears of sadness and every reason to want to be there next time.
Yeah.
I see Caper there and just about died. Did you guys see Caper spin? She's one of my favorite female DJs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. I love it. Yeah, she was good. She did it. Kristin, she did the party.
On Jess during that.
On what?
I might have been twerking on Jess during that.
Oh, you were.
Yep. That's perfect. Yeah, I love Caper.
Valentina, what were you going to say about Caper?
No, she's cool. She's cool as shit. I thought that Kristin was going to... I was asking Kristin's opinion because I thought, did she not play during the... I mean, so many things happened. There was so much going on. But she played a couple of sets, right? Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she played for about, 45 minutes to an hour, would you say?
Yeah, I saw Jeff there too, and I died. I was like, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
DJ, Jazzy Jeff, so like, I know that there is some talk about the DJC and the price of it, but I have never invested money at that, for that type of experience and regretted it. It's just the things that they bring in. It's a conference with knowledge, but it's so much more than that. And it's worth every dollar that you spend. It comes back to you. Money is an energy exchange, right? And that's just the best exchange to get that back for the money that you exchange for that experience.
I love that you say that, Jess, because a lot of people don't see the value in spending. Not a lot of people. I think a lot of DJs, because we're creatives, you don't see a lot of value paying so much money to go to something like that. But I think it's important to touch on that because you're losing out on opportunities that not only to be in the same space with people who recharge you in a way that no one else can because they just don't understand what you do, but also the fact that it's educational. You are literally coming back and just transformed, coming back with knowledge that a lot of people in your industry, in your area may not have. So the money is totally worth it, but some people have a hard time pulling the plug or pulling, what's the terminology? Not pulling the plug.
I know what you mean.
Pulling the trigger.
There you go.
Thank you, Kristin. Thank you. Exactly.
Oh yeah, look, that's me in Sedona. There it is. That's Airport Mesa. Yep. Look what hoodie I'm wearing. Hey. Told you.
Representing.
Yeah, that was at Airport Mesa, which is a gorgeous hike for sunrise and sunset. And you can see my little prickly friends, man. They're everywhere along the path. So legit, you have to just watch where you're walking so you don't get pricked. I don't know if it was that way on Camelback, Kristin, when you hiked there, but yeah. Like I said,
mine was more like massive boulders and massive rocks with the large kind of cactuses coming up like this, on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
Yeah. Thanks.
And then literally my legs killed me for 3 days afterwards.
It's a good workout.
Oh, yeah, hiking is no joke.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
That could segue us into our next topic, your body band store. You want to do it? Did anybody have any closing thoughts on the collective before we slide on?
Wrap it up.
I would say registration is open. It's at 2022 Nashville. You guys can go search DJ Collective online. And hopefully we'll see you there because I definitely will be in Nashville.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you will not have cuter boots than me.
I saw that. Hop over to her Instagram story to see the most fierce boots you've ever seen in your life.
Those are my sneakers.
Oh,
I'm getting on there right now to check it out. Go ahead, carry on.
This was a huge debate. Hopefully they're still there. If not, I'll save and repost.
Okay.
Oh, it's in your stories?
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about that. So climbing mountains, it's almost like, we come out of this world and it's like, boom, there's so many events coming at us. Like Brandy, you were just talking backstage and you did what, how many events in a row and how many hours straight DJing?
It was just ridiculous. I did 3 events in 2 days, which a lot of DJs do, but we don't talk about it. So in those 2 days, I DJ'd for a total of 15 and a half hours. That doesn't include setup or tear down, which I did 6 times, and I had 4 hours of sleep in that time frame. And so when we were talking about what we could talk about, I'm thinking how do I died after that. My feet, my ankles, my hips, my knees. Like I walked like a grandma.
My neck, my back.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about ways and things we can do. Like example, I bought an anti-fatigue mat. I don't have one, but after this weekend, I was like, I need an anti-fatigue mat, and maybe I need more breaks in my long sets. And I don't know what else. Like I wanted to lift my leg up. Like what do you guys do to help body fatigue at your gigs?
Okay, so one of the things I do is once a month massages. It's a must. But the other thing that I do, one of my girls, DJ Sam, turned me on to the chirp wheels. Have you ever seen the chirp wheels?
No.
Wait, did we talk about this before? I feel like we did.
Feel like we have.
Okay, so they're really strong, just like circular wheels. There's 3 different sizes, and like literally, like you lay back on them, and it just like rolls.
Oh, I love them. Yes.
Is there anything we can do for our setup? So like in the moment, like while we're there, is there anything I have the anti-fatigue mat, but is there anything else, any little things like maybe a block to put one leg up to give your lower back, you know? Do you guys experience this in the chat? Like I'm sure I'm not the only person who is like,
I have to say, I don't. I mean, Kristin,
you don't ever get sore?
You mean like during or after? And what kind of fatigue are you talking about? Are you referring to during your set or after the event has concluded?
Well, a bit of both, but right now I'm speaking about like let's say you have a 7-hour set, which I don't know if you work those gigs. I do.
So that could possibly be the difference also.
Yeah, the time, the length of time.
Yes, because I remember doing during the pandemic, I did a casino. Those sets were longer, but I also feel like for me, anyway, the adrenaline is pumping. So it's hard to feel anything other than I got to pump out the music, just come up with things that are going to keep these people moving. So I don't really feel anything during my set. No fatigue, I'm obviously like you're drained because, you know, you're doing a lot of brain work trying to figure out the dance floor. But as far as fatigue during, no, I mean, no.
Yeah, so maybe I'm not explaining it well. I don't mean I feel fatigued during, but what I do mean is for a 7-hour set, is there anything that you can do outside of buying an anti-fatigue mat so that when you're done that 7-hour set and that adrenaline does wear off, your body's not broken?
You know what would be cool?
I would imagine just lifestyle, right? Just prior to. Go ahead, Jess.
I wish that you could take your body parts off and soak them in hot water. I always feel that, you know, that's crazy.
Guys, that's why I take bubble baths.
There you go. See?
So it sounds like all of it's afterwards. Like there's really not a lot we can do outside of maybe the anti-fatigue mat. I haven't tried it yet. I hope it helps. But sounds like I can't figure it out, so I thought someone else might know. But maybe there's nothing we can really do on set.
I think
I don't think on set, but before. For me, I would say before, definitely after, because after everything is done and over with, definitely depending on what I have, like most venues or most weddings, for example, I have a lot of uplighting, photo booth, sometimes monogram. So by the time you're done with breaking down everything, the adrenaline is definitely starting to wear off. So, you know, you have to figure out what to do after to rejuvenate you. Find something that excites you, like a TV show. Like I'm big into now Joanna Gaines and Chip and Joanna Gaines. You know what I mean? Like that makes me feel happy and recharges me a little bit. So I would say before and after. But as far as during, that's a little bit, I can't speak to that.
The other thing I just thought of as I'm thinking about like all the events that I've done, and we might actually have a photo of it. There was an event, I think I have a black and white photo. So one of the things I do is I have setup shoes and then I have DJ shoes. Yeah. So obviously my DJ shoes have to be like badass, but like they're not always comfortable. So like I will have setup shoes unless like I kind of need to be like on brand upon arrival, just kind of depends. But then as soon as the event is over, I just put on my Adidas and I break down because like it's a lot. Like when there's, you know, 12-inch speakers and a subwoofer and facades and uplights and spark machines. And, you know, these venues are large. So sometimes there's 3, 4, 5 sound systems. One of the events that I did recently, it was an outdoor event for the reception. They had a massive, clear, gorgeous tent with like lights hanging all in it. We had two 12.2s and I think a 181 sub. And then for ceremony, I think I got like 20,000 steps that day. But there was another 10-inch speaker, a small sound system. Then we had cocktail hour, which was another speaker, but they also had a saxophonist that was playing on top of our stuff. And then I had to go ahead and set up the after party, which was in their wine cellar, which was another speaker. So like,
yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
It was gorgeous and we did it. And like the setup, I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous. But I think for me, one of the things that helped too is I kind of have like a morning of routine and I like nothing can get in the way of that. Like get from around me on the day of an event. Like I'm not going to set my alarm. I'm just going to wake up when I wake up, which is normally around, you know, anywhere from 7:30 to like 9 a.m. Then I want to, you know, drink my vegetables and eat my vitamins and like get breakfast. And then like I'll grab my DJ laptop. I start going through their music. I double check it on the iPad and like I back it up on Spotify playlists. I run through the timeline again. I usually do like music research to kind of get myself in the zone of like, okay, I know they like this. Can I find a new remix to that? Is there a different re-drum? Is there a transition track I haven't used before? So I'm almost like dress rehearsing it in my head and I just want to get my vibes going good. And then like, once I get there, like I can't talk to anyone. Like I wish people would understand that when I have headphones on, I can't hear you.
Kristin, same, completely same. But B, I wanted to ask you this. Do you have someone helping you?
So sometimes some gigs I don't even bother with setup for that reason. I'm like, I'll subcontract that out because I don't even want to do it. But you know, sometimes it just works out the way it did this last weekend and you just kind of got to suck it up and get to work. But I was just interested if there's anything other than anti-fatigue mats that you can do. But I think you're right. I think, you know, obviously a strong, healthy body helps. Maybe some yoga stretching before, and of course the hot bubble bath and massage later sounds good. I just wasn't sure if there's any other tools out there outside of those anti-fatigue mats that can really help, like a brace, or I don't know.
Definitely a brace. But I think one of the biggest things that's helped me is having someone come with me. So having an assistant who gets it, but also just having company, just because you're feeding off of one another. You're being fed the energy back and forth. And then at the end of the night, like for instance, my assistant takes care of all of the main setup and I do the lights or whatever. And then when we're done, we meet together and get the rest. So that helps, I think, a lot. But obviously self-care is very important prior to, like I said before, without being redundant.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take an assistant.
Yeah. You have some photos from some of the events you've done, right?
You.
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
Let's see if we can get some photos queued up on some of these events you're rocking over there.
There we go.
Okay, so yeah, so this was the one that I did where I had 4 sound systems, spark machines, and blah blah blah. They came in, they did like this almost like room reveal and almost like a little practice. So this wasn't even their first dance. I am obsessed with this photo. I love that one.
Beautiful.
That's really nice. Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Oh guys. Okay.
I love that booth.
Yeah.
Dude, this one was wild. Okay. Here's what I want to encourage everyone to do. This is why I'm showing you guys this picture. First of all, I don't own that booth. It was built. I had a couple come to me and say, hey, I have this idea to, you know, bring kind of like an EDC kind of vibe to my wedding. And I was like, oh my God. So like I reached out to a local production company and found that they could do this like custom, like, I don't know if you want to like little pixel booth. Those those bulbs are actually DMX programmed to where once we got to the party of the night, they bounced to all the colors. So literally the booth matched the backdrop behind it. This was a freaking awesome event. But like another one where like anti-fatigue mat, chirp wheels, bubble bath, and sneakers.
Yeah. Always sneakers.
This was the front view of that. So they had black and white checkered dance floor, uplights, vine walls, spark machines. I mean, this wedding was so lit that mom was like almost doing a stripper dance around my speaker pole and like making out with me by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Mom goes mumbles.
So like mom loved the DJ. So hashtag I did my job.
Yes, she did.
Oh, there's B Selecta.
Yes, B. I love that photo.
Thank you. Yeah, it's, that's at Pedal Spin Studios. And, you were right, Valentina. Like, what I was going to talk about with this photo is just, we talk about, obviously, speakers matter, obviously, and our setups and all these kind of things. But at the end of the day, if you're not bringing, like, the energy, if you're not bringing everything, then none of that stuff matters. So what I was going to say, like I'm DJing for people on spin bikes, but anytime I step up to spin music, and this is probably why I'm so sore, I never stop moving. Like it is coming out of me. I am immersed in it, just like you said.
It's sending it out.
Yeah, and it absolutely makes the biggest difference in the entire world. Like if you're DJing out there, guys, you have got to be all of it. You've got to encompass the music. You're not just playing the music. You are encompassing the music. And if you are feeling it and if you are resonating with it and you're pushing that out, people are going to respond. So it is such a big part of what we do is to take what we're playing and embody it in ourselves. That's what I was going to say about that photo. It's just like, I always try and do that, even if no matter what gig I'm playing, if it's for spin bikes or if it's a wedding or if it's a corporate gig, I always have the best time.
I love it. I just want to be like, first of all, and you guys can take this because I feel like you are all the same, but like I am a vibe. And as soon as I step in the room, you are going to feel it even before I push play. And then when I push play, it is on.
Yeah, totally.
I love that you described, just pushing out the music because I cannot speak this language to everyone else because the average person doesn't understand. But to speak it to another DJ and try to articulate it, it's just like, it's exactly what you said. It's you feel the music and through you, as you're feeling that vibe, you are pushing it out as you're playing it. And one of the ways that I described it is literally like as I'm playing, and sometimes I have this kind of like funky way of just playing because I'll play the music and I'm very animated with my fingers because literally it's just like I feel what's playing and what's coming through me and I press it and I send it out. But to hear you say it is just like, it's amazing to hear other people who just freaking get it because the average person is like, okay,
whatever.
She needs a break.
Yeah, that's why I've been so thankful to have connected with you guys like this and then now in real life because I couldn't agree with you more. Like nothing is more validating and it feels so great to be able to say these things and have people be like, totally understand. I get what you're saying. And then this and then that and offer different things. It's refreshing to be able to be. That's probably why the DJ Collective is also just so dope and these conferences really matter for DJs is so that you can get around that energy. Like you said, Valentina, no one else can understand it the same way.
It's like find those that you can share your weirdness with. Like we're weird.
We're
weird.
Exactly.
So different.
Yeah.
Like we're not regular people.
All right. Speaking of not regular, check out this new facade that I just invested in a couple months ago.
Jess.
Yeah, it's so sick. I first started off just building the front piece. Now I learned about this from Chris Atwood with SCE Event Group. I went to shadow him at a wedding in New Jersey and he had it. I was like, I need that.
Chris is the man.
Right. And it comes with the backdrop too. And all of the patterns are customizable. Is that the right? Is that a word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a migraine today. Sorry. But it's from a place called Millen Displays. And I'll put that in the chat if anybody wants to look into it. The investment is not expensive at all. It's a little over, I'd say 400 for that, what I got, and that includes shipping. And, you know, shipping is expensive nowadays. I also have a video on my Instagram, which is my name down there. Where is it? Right here. If you want to watch how to set it up too. But yeah, I've been getting so much great feedback about this setup in the right space. You know, it has to be kind of a white and gold theme or something that kind of complements that. So my plan is to get a few more covers for the structure that you cover up. You know, it's like all aluminum, so that I can offer that to my clients as an easy way to customize, you know, their experience.
Upgrade. Let me upgrade you.
Yeah, exactly. It's
really good.
Yeah, I really like that one. I feel like your look is so important. Oh my gosh. So speaking of that, can we talk about how, like, if we invest in all these pretty setups and we got good energy and like all the things, but then somebody gonna show up and you ain't gonna tape down your cord. Like, tape your cord, people. It's not cute. That's like literally waking up with bed hair and then like going on stage. You can't do it.
Sometimes I don't take my cord, Kristin.
Listen, I definitely have days I don't brush my hair, which is why I'm wearing a hat today. But,
for the most part, we should get. I agree. Cord, yes.
But like, so tape your cords. So like, okay, so let's talk about cord management. What do you guys do?
I tape my cords. I wrap my cords a certain way, a specific way, and that's. And I have a specific box for my cords. And people are always like, "I'll help you tear down." I'm like, nope. I have a thing. So, but that's it. But I'm interested in the things you were showing earlier backstage. Like, there's some other stuff out there we can use that makes it look pretty, right?
Yeah. What was, let me see if I could find that site that I was on. Oh, okay. So they are called, Gravity SACC speaker pole clips. Let me see if I can
speaker pole clips.
Yeah, hang on. I'll see. Let me see if I can screen share this with you guys real quick.
You're clean.
I've seen speaker pole clips before, but I've never used them. Is anybody in the chat? Have you guys used them before? Those are amazing and affordable. Boom.
So that's just to kind of keep your wires straight, right? I mean, I have mine with mine, but is that the idea?
Yeah. So basically, like it clips here. So like what it'll do is it'll like clip onto the pole like this, and then it's got that little lever to where you can stick.
Yeah.
You can hide the wire down. So like I'll use a couple of those on a speaker pole, and then I'll also tape it. Like that one setup that I had, that was the that custom lighted booth with the backdrop.
Yeah.
Dude, like the wires had to be the most tucked away because it, like, you could see from the front, you could see from the back. So it was almost like the front needed to be cute and the back, like you need to look cute from the front and the back. So like everything's got to be like, you know, a perfect lined up, like 90 degree. And so like on that event, I did like white tape, and then like, yeah, it took me longer. Sometimes it takes me longer to set up and organize cords than it does to set up.
Wait, you have white gaff tape?
Yes.
Yes, girl, it's a thing.
What?
You have both, depending on the venue and the whatever they have going on for the core. Yeah.
I didn't even, I mean, I like look at the first 5 results that come up when I search for it, and I don't think I ever saw. Oh no.
I think I got mine on Amazon.
I'm about to look for that when we get
I mean, if you literally have a white setup, Jess, there are going to be times you need white gaff tape.
Exactly.
Do you have a link for that, Kristin? Where'd you get yours?
I don't love mine. I don't, the brand that I got wasn't that great. So when I buy white gaff tape again, I won't buy the same brand. So I don't recommend what I bought.
Yeah.
I think I got mine from Amazon. I'll check and see, Jess.
Okay.
Yeah. Drop that link, girl. I was trying to share the link for the gravity clips that you got, Kristin, but for some reason it's coming up with all of the text. I don't know if that's a link for you or not, but
I'll see if I can go into, let me see if I can.
Tape Planet, Casey Hasty, the same.
Tape Planet.
Oh yeah, that's my director of life. So yeah.
Okay, quick thing about body. Well, just before we get rid of body, a masseuse told me, because, you know, as DJs, I don't know if you guys do, but I hunch all the time. Because I'm like this all the time. So like my natural stance is like, I'm like the Hunchback of Notre Dame now.
Let me fix this over here. Yeah.
That's why you need chirp wheels.
Yeah. Well,
wait, what are those?
Real quick, when we're standing, like if you're standing like this, and she's like, just think about put your arms behind your back and grab your elbows and just chill like that for a while.
I can't grab them.
To do this. Elbows behind you and it brings your shoulders back. Just chill like that for a while. I've been doing it ever since. Every day. She's like, just when you think of it, do it.
You guys.
B, that's awesome.
Hold the phone right now because these chirp wheels are on sale. I'm going to see if I can screen share again with you guys. So this is what they look like. Let me pull them up. Okay.
Oh yeah. We've talked about this. They're on sale.
We talked about it, and because of the name. Okay, so mine is different. This is awesome.
So like I literally spent $155 for a set of 3 of these. They are on sale on Amazon for $94.99.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And my Venmo is at Meet Kristin if you want to tip me for that tip.
So I mean, they're essentially the same thing, but that looks actually even better because that's the same thing as the roller. Are you familiar with the roller, Kristin?
Yes.
And some have spikes on them, others don't. But this is targeting right in the middle of your right.
Yes, and so like because they have different sizes, it like the bigger one, the smaller you get, the deeper it gets. So like that little one is my favorite.
Okay.
I have to get that. I have these 2 balls that basically, that sounds terrible, but basically it's like like this. So the 2 balls go behind your neck, but you're protecting your spine because it goes right in between the balls. And it's fantastic, but this is a game changer. I know what I know, and that's I have to get. So thank you for that tip.
Yep.
Venmo coming up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now we're all sitting up straight. Look at us.
I know. I'm like stretching. I'm already ready for a nap. Like, let's go, people.
Yes.
Ladies, what a great day today. Is there anything else you want to share with the folks that are watching with us?
Just have a great day and take care of yourselves and listen to the song today and appreciate your DJs. And if you're a DJ, then keep pushing because it's a great career.
Oh yeah.
And play out loud, people.
Play out loud.
Play out loud. Take care of yourself. Have life balance. Get white gaff tape.
Hike mountains, push boundaries, and go to the DJ Collective. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also play one more thing, just to end it. We also need to remember to play for ourselves because I know that I often forget to play for myself and we're playing for everyone else. So at home, play for yourself.
That's so true.
Speaking of which, what you should play when you're at home is Adele's new album.
Oh, yeah?
Have you heard it yet?
No.
That one's deep. You need it. You need it.
Yeah. Deep.
You need it.
And the new Snoop Dogg too, for balance. Just saying.
Okay, yes. Adele and Snoop Dogg. Let's go.
This new album is dirty, but it's good.
Okay, I'm going to go listen to that one too when I get off here.
You're going to like it, girl. Bike ride to that.
Let's go. Friends, thank you so much for joining on. Let me start over. Friends, thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the QSC Play Out Loud. I'm Kristin. We got DJ Jess, DJ Valentina, DJ B Selecta. We love spending our time with you. We love being here. And we'll see you in another episode. If we don't see you before then, have a great holiday season.